Daniel Dixon, who works at AT&T, Jenny Tomlin, who works at Verizon, a paralegal who works at the district attorney's office named Georgia Longstreet, and a paralegal who works at the district attorney's office named Jaden Jarmel Schneider. Also, there were vice presidents of HarperCollins, there were vice presidents of Penguin Random House, and there were a number of other book executives who have testified at Donald Trump's criminal trial thus far. You didn't expect to see witnesses like this, but Donald Trump would not authenticate his own books, his own words, his own posts, the videos of him speaking at events. I should mention, too, in that list of people, the C-SPAN archivist. These witnesses may not have been the bombshell witnesses in terms of the fireworks that the press has been covering, but I think these witnesses have been the most important witnesses. Dare I say, even more important than Stormy Daniels, even more important than David Pecker, or Hope Hicks, or Keith Davidson, or Madeleine Westerhout. Of course, Madeleine Westerhout breaking down, crying as she provided bad evidence against Donald Trump, and Hope Hicks testifying, breaking down, crying as she had to confess that Donald Trump told her about the payments that Michael Cohen made to Stormy Daniels. All dramatic moments. The cross-examination of Stormy Daniels. She handled herself well. Susan Neckles, Donald Trump's lawyer, in a very ineffective cross. But all of these other custodial witnesses provided the key testimony. And it's really Donald Trump's fault why they had to testify. Donald Trump could have just stipulated to these records. He could have stipulated to his words, the bank records, the accounts, his social media posts. But it became a far more compelling presentation when these custodian of records testified. Take a look at what one of the custodians testified to. One of the people at the district attorney's office who is responsible for going through Donald Trump's social media posts. And Donald Trump's lawyers then tried to cross-examine these custodial witnesses and say things to them like, so this must have been really boring and you weren't paying attention, were you? And the district attorney's witnesses would be like, no, it was actually, this is what I love to do. I'm a paralegal. I enjoy looking through all of these records. And I think that actually made the presentation of this evidence far more compelling. So Donald Trump's text messages were introduced. Messages like this. Mr. Cohen, an attorney, this is from May 30th, 2018. Rather, this was not a text message. This was a social media post. I'll show you a text message in a bit. A social media post from Donald Trump, May 3rd, 2018 on Twitter. Mr. Cohen, an attorney, received a monthly retainer not from the campaign and having nothing to do with the campaign, from which he entered into through reimbursement of a private contract between two parties known as a non-disclosure agreement, or NDA. These agreements are very common among celebrities and people of wealth. In this case, it is in full force and effect and will be used in arbitration for damages against Miss Clifford, Stormy Daniels. The agreement was used to stop the false and extortionate accusations made by her about an affair, despite already having signed a detailed letter admitting that there was no affair prior to its violation by Miss Clifford and her attorney. This was a private agreement. Money from the campaign or campaign contribution played no role in this transaction. Like, why in the world, if you were Donald Trump's lawyer, would you want an actual custodial witness to have to show up, take the stand in a compelling way, and read these messages? Or this message was read by one of the district attorney's paralegals. I feel very badly for Paul Manafort and his wonderful family. Justice took an 11-year-old tax case, among other things, applied tremendous pressure on him, and, unlike Michael Cohen, he refused to make up stories in order to get a deal. Such respect for a brave man. But then there was this post from Donald Trump from April 21st of 2018. The New York Times and a third-rate reporter named Maggie Haberman, known as Crooked H, Flunky, who I don't speak to and have nothing to do with, are going out of their way to destroy Michael Cohen and his relationship with me in hope that he will flip. They use non-existent sources and a drunk, drugged-up loser who hates Michael, a fine person with a wonderful family. So calling Cohen a fine person and having a wonderful family. Michael is a businessman for his own account lawyer who I have always liked and respected. Most people will flip if the government lets them, out of trouble, even if it means lying or making up stories. Sorry, I don't see Michael doing that despite the horrible witch hunt. And then there was the C-SPAN archivist, and the C-SPAN archivist had Donald Trump saying nice things about Michael Cohen like this. Play the clip.
And by the way, we just found out I was coming down. Michael Cohen is a very talented lawyer. He's a good lawyer in my firm.
This episode of the MeidasTouch podcast is brought to you by Manacora Honey, also known as honey with superpowers. Let me share something sweet with you, and I mean really sweet. It's something that's become a staple in my routine, and I think you are going to love it. I'm talking about Manacora Honey. When I say honey, you might be picturing those bear-shaped bottles in the supermarket, but that is not what this is. Manacora Honey is single origin, rich, creamy, and the most delicious honey you've ever had. It's supercharged with unique antioxidants and prebiotics and is 3 times more than your average honey. Manacora Honey supports immunity, aids digestion, boosts energy, and helps balance inflammation. It's a game changer, and all you need is 1 to 3 teaspoons a day. On top of that, Manacora Honey has a natural antibacterial compound called MGO, only found in Manuka honey. So if you're looking for something simple and delicious to add to your wellness routine, we found your new healthy habit. And now it's easier than ever to try Manacora Honey with the starter kit. Just head to manacora.com/Meidas to get $25 off. The starter kit comes with an MGO 850 plus Manuka honey, 5 honey travel sticks, a wooden spoon, plus a guidebook. Now, I love the jar and squeeze bottle, but the extra pack of compostable honey sticks is perfect for whenever you're on the go. You could bring them with you when you're traveling or need a quick snack running errands, and they are the perfect energy boost if you're out for a run or at the gym. That's manukora.com/Meidas to get $25 off your starter kit. This is the ultimate honey. Indulge and try some honey with superpowers from Manacora. Look, this stuff is amazing and really provides the pump I've been looking for. I look forward to Manacora every morning. Make sure you click the link in our description or head to manacora.com/Meidas and try some out today.
And then you had the C-SPAN archivist show Donald Trump's speeches, like this one, where Donald Trump said that this is from 2016, where Trump said all of these things about the women, they're all false, none of it happened, it's all made up, I would never do that. Here, play the clip.
As you have seen, right now I am being viciously attacked with lies and smears. It's a phony deal. I have no idea who these women are. Have no idea. I have no idea. And I think you all know I have no idea because you understand me for a lot of years. Okay? When you looked at that horrible woman last night, you said, I don't think so. I don't think so. Whoever she is, wherever she comes from, the stories are total fiction. They're 100% made up. They never happened. They never would happen. I don't think that happened with very many people, but they certainly aren't going to happen with me.
Multiple occasions where the district attorney brought out the post where Donald Trump continued to refer to Stormy Daniels as horseface and call it the horseface case and call her a horseface over and over again. Then there was the text messages that the district attorney's paralegals read into the record. And these were messages, from people who worked at the National Enquirer that were being sent to Keith Davidson, that were being sent to Michael Cohen. We got the phone records. Put it this way, with these text messages and phone records and the phone logs with Trump and Cohen, one of the lines of cross-examination by Donald Trump's lawyer, Emil Bove, and the cross-examination of the AT&T or Verizon person was, isn't it possible that this was a butt dial? Couldn't Donald Trump and Michael Cohen have you heard the term pocket dial? And so that's where you're going. So let me be clear. So you're saying that none of these incidents ever took place. All of the phone calls are pocket dials or butt dials, and none of this is to be believed. Don't look at the evidence. Just everybody's making this up. The jury shouldn't believe their own eyes and ears, and the facts, it's butt dial. It's the butt dial defense. That's actually what they are going with. And then there was this part of this lawsuit between...
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.